Hi and welcome to Jean the Creative Pixie. This is my podcast where I share all things crafty, be it crochet, knitting, sewing, baking, on the rare occasion with my children. This is where I'm going to show it. This is episode 3 of my podcast. If you're a returning viewer, yay! Episode 3! I didn't think I would get past episode 2. So here we are. And if you're a brand new viewer, welcome! Please subscribe or like the post if you want to keep updated with all the crafty goodness that I'm up to. So just a quick recap on where you can find me. You can find my blog on thecreativepixie.co.uk. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm also on Instagram. Instagram's probably the best place to find me, because that's where I would keep it updated more regularly. And if you want to send me messages, that's probably the best place to do it there too. So let's get stuck in. I've got quite a lot to share with you in a short space of time. So, works in progress. So my first work in progress is my sunlight shawl for sad people. This is what I shared last time. I've almost finished it. I'm at a bit of a conundrum now because I've almost finished the ball, but I'm all wrapped up. I'm wrapped up in my wrap. Okay, here we go. Upside down and everything. You can't really see it, how big it is, but it's from there to there. And it's about that long. Sorry. Don't know what happened to the colour there, it went all white. I need to do a lot more knitting on it, but I need to buy another ball because that much, it's not very much, isn't going to finish it off. So I had an idea whether to buy another ball of, this is Debbie Bliss Donegal Tweed. You see the flecks there. I didn't keep the ball band, so I'm not quite sure of the name of the colour. Or I could jazz it up by doing a contrasting colour, something totally different. And so I was maybe thinking I could either go for like another ball of the tweed in the kind of pink colour, or that's blue. So I've got decisions to make on that. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I haven't really done much with it since mid-August, I think. So yeah, I've still to decide what colour to do with that. So that's that work in progress. Sunlight Shawl for Sad People. That's a free pattern on Ravelry by Sylvia McFadden. So it's a really good, basic, easy beginner's knitter's pattern. It's really good. So I'd recommend that. My next work in progress, I'll share with you the sweater I'm knitting. This is the Worsted Boxy by Yohi Locatelli, and I've seen lots of people on Instagram knitting this, and they're doing the sweater with 4-ply yarn, and I've heard lots of people saying that it's a complete nightmare, a sea of stockinette, because of the 4-ply. So when I chose this pattern, I went for the worsted weight one because it would be quicker. Now, saying that, it is still a huge amount of knitting because it's a boxy jumper. It's got a lot of what's the word, positive ease, positives, so it's a lot bigger than your body size, which makes it nice and baggy, and you can wear it layered over things. So a bit of background on why I'm knitting this jumper is because in one of my last podcasts I bought really expensive really expensive hand dyed yarn from Skein Queen. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I thought that I didn't want to knit my first garment using really expensive yarn, so I thought I would knit an easier project first using a kind of cheaper yarn. So that's why I chose the worsted boxy jumper. So I went to the yarn shop and got some special Stylecraft yarn with wool in this gorgeous kind of, it's kind of like a heathery purple colour. This, what does it say? This is blackberry shade. It's a bit saggy at the minute because I'm taking the wool from the middle, so the ball is kind of collapsed. But that stops it rolling around when I'm knitting. And there's much knitting required with this. So this is where I am so far. I've done this much. I've done this much, can you see? So this is about 15 inches so far, and it goes from there to there. It is huge. It's huge. I wonder what it's like on me. Hold on, let me stand up and see. So I'm getting to the point now where I think I might divide up for the armholes, because it is because of the style of the jumper, it's really baggy, so the actual armhole kind of starts down there, I think. Anyway, so this is epic knitting at its best, but really mindless. So I can sit and I can watch TV and just knit away in this. This is not a portable project just because it is so big. With the ball. It's so big. So this is my staying at home and knitting in front of the TV project, which I'm loving. Yeah, so it's progressing well. Yeah, I'm really enjoying that. One thing I have noticed with this project though is, well, there's a cat has just come in. Hello, come in. It's Flint. What do you call those? Little stitch marker. I noticed that other people used kind of stitch markers to chart their progress on a knitting project, and I never really understood why people did it, because surely you could see. But actually, when you're in a sea of stockinette like that, it's a really good motivational tool to kind of clip it in where you start your knitting that evening. This is what I did last night, that much. So it kind of keeps you going along, just seeing how much you're knitting during a certain period of time. So yeah, stitch markers are the future. Oh, I'm learning so much in this knitting journey. I don't know about you, but if you have any little hints or tips of accessories that you use when doing your knitting projects. I'm also a bit old school when it comes to counting my rows, in which I use paper and pen just to mark it down. But I've seen some people using really fancy ones. So I'd be interested to hear if any of you use fancy row counters or anything like that. Let me know what you use and if you think it's worth using them. So that's my worsted boxy. My next work in progress is a pair of socks, and this is them. These are the Easy Lace Socks by Winwick Mum, and it's a really gorgeous lace pattern, so easy. I think it's a 4-row pattern repeat, and so I started knitting these about 3 weeks ago for the Any Sock Cal, which is being hosted by Baron Sheep's Clothing and Woolly Mammoth Fibres on Instagram. So it's being run over 4 weeks, and you can knit any sock, any pattern, any yarn, any sock. Cal. So this is still my first sock. I haven't even finished this one, but this is my portable project, and I have been taking this in a little project bag, and I just do it whenever I'm out and about or waiting to pick up my husband or the kids, and I haven't had to do much of that recently, so that's why. Although all the kids clubs start back soon, so I'll probably get a few more rows done. Hopefully get these finished. You can see my lovely little stitch markers there. I should talk about these later. Anyway, so yes, so these socks are going to be a Christmas present for my sister. I've already told her that I'm knitting them for her. The yarn is it's a one of a kind by Dye Candy, and it's a gorgeous speckled white and blue, and there's black, and there's bits of magenta in there, and it's really, really gorgeous and really stretchy. Because I wasn't sure about when gifting socks what would be a good pattern to gift if you weren't totally sure of someone's size. So after contacting a few people, I discovered that a lacy sock like this would be quite good as a gift, because there is added stretch, so if I make it slightly too small, it will still be able to stretch to fit the person. Not that she's big calves or anything, but you never know. You never know, because you make socks to fit yourself, really, or if it's my children, I get them to try on the socks that I'm making for them. So it's a bit difficult when it's a present for someone. But anyway, so that is all my works in progress. This week I have a finished object. Just the one. But hey, it is the Norwegian fur cardigan. Ta-da! For my little niece. I made this in size 12 to 18 months. And as a little recap, I'm on this kind of knitting journey where I want to try and push myself and kind of obtain new skills. So for this cardigan, I wanted to learn how to knit lace work. And as you can see by my socks, I have achieved that. I am now able to do lace work, and I love the lace on the shoulder of this pattern, kind of the raglan of it. Gorgeous. Now this isn't showing up true to colour on screen. It's more of an aqua kind of blue. So that's my finished object. Yay! A bit big for her. She's only 9 months, so it's not going to fit her for a couple more months. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. So that is my finished object. If you want to download the pattern yourself. You can do it on Ravelry. It's called the Norwegian Fur Cardigan, and it is a paid for pattern, but you can find that there. So, works in progress down, finished object down. Now to stash enhancement. Stash enhancement. It was my birthday in August. Yay! And I was gifted a few yarny goodness type things. First of all, what can I show you? I can show you, oh, my project bag. My youngest daughter wanted to buy me a bag to put my knitting in, bless her. So she chose this on Etsy. So this is the project bag she bought me. So this is from the Happy Little Sheep, and it's got lovely zip, and inside I have my lace socks. It's a great wee bag for carrying around socks, and it's really roomy. I mean, loads of room there. So that was a lovely little bag from Miss Boo. I have my husband. He bought me an Amish yarn swift from Chiagu. I think how you pronounce it, I don't know. So he bought me a lovely yarn swift, and he also bought me some gorgeous sock blockers. And these are lovely wooden ones. These are the medium size, and I think they're in the dark wood from Etsy. I can't remember the name of the seller. He bought them off, but I think they were based in Ukraine. So these are my gorgeous sock blockers. I'll put my sock on them so you can see what they look like with a sock in position. Go. Hey, these look great. You can actually see the pattern of the socks there really well. So there we go. Those are my sock blockers. I've been knitting for 2 years now. I never had sock blockers, but I thought that it would be a nice treat. It's quite an extravagant purchase, and to be honest, when I wash socks, I just throw them in the washing machine and then just kind of flatten them out and then hang them up to dry. So the sock blockers I have bought are purely for aesthetic reasons, so that I can take nice pictures of my socks when they are finished. So, yep, I'm really pleased with those. They're gorgeous. I bought myself some stitch markers from a seller on Etsy. Some little kind of Fimo, handmade Fimo ones. So I got these numbered 1 to 10, because it's really handy for when you're knitting socks, and just to position the start of the row and then also the start of each pattern and stuff. So yep, they're gorgeous. That's what I bought. And then finally I treated myself to some stranded dye works. I've been following Amy over at Stranded for a couple of months now, and I heard her on her last podcast saying that she was going to have a sale on her new website because her Etsy shop is closed. So I think the sale opened at 7 PM on Friday the 1st of September, and I was on there. I had set my phone alarm to go for 7 and get on that website because I knew that I wanted to get some Bat Cave in Oasis. So just love all the grey tones and the bright yellow. There's actually a lot of yellow in that bit. Gorgeous. And I wanted some flamingo legs. So yeah, really pleased that I could get these, because these colorways sell out so quickly. And sure enough, you know, when I went on to check again about 7:30, I think most things had already sold out. So yeah, I would really recommend purchasing from Stranded. Really quick service. I think I bought them on Friday evening and they had been delivered by Tuesday. So from south coast of England to Belfast, that's really quick. So yes, gorgeous. It actually goes with what I'm wearing. My lovely bits of watermelon. I'm dressed for the summer in my little summer dress when outside it's telling me the autumn is here. I'm gonna go conker hunting soon. Does anyone else do that? Anyone with kids go hunting for conkers? Apparently conkers are are supposed to repel spiders, so I've been told. But I like to collect them because I like the look of them. So yes, where was I? Oh, it's starting to rain now. My kids are out on their bikes with their dad. They've gone to the Golden Arches to give me peace to film this, but it's absolutely lashing down now, so goodness knows what state they're going to come back in. Anyway, so yes, really pleased with these. So I mentioned in a previous podcast that I wanted to do the Hotel of Bees shawl. It's a crochet project, and I was thinking that one of these could be a really nice colour for it. But I'm struggling to... You need 3 colours in total. So I don't know whether to get... stick with these kind of speckled colours and then go for 2 plain. But should I get to the 2 plain, you know, like a plain in that pink, and then a plain in maybe a dark grey? Or if I do it in this, should I get the plain in the yellow and the dark grey? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure which one I will choose, but I shall enjoy squishing these. Oh, I'm so pleased I got them. So pleased. So anyway, that's it for yarny goodness this week. I don't know if I've spoken to you about this, but I also really like doing cross stitch. And this week on cross stitch, a shop that I've had my eye on for a little while was having a sale. It was having 15% off cross stitch patterns. So I might have spent a bit of money on some patterns, but I forgot to print. I haven't printed off any patterns, so I can't even show you yet, but I will do it at a later date. So that's that. What else? No, I think that's it for yarny goodness this week. General biz. I have also been reading. I'm enjoying A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas at the minute. This is the 3rd book in a trilogy, and it's so good. So good. I started reading the first book back in July, and I have just read them kind of back to back. So I'm about 1/3 of the way through this book, and it's really, really good. Really enjoying it. I would recommend it. It's a bit rude in places if you don't like rude stuff. Not suitable for young teenagers, no. But yes, I would recommend this. Viewing wise, Steve and I have been watching lots of box sets on Netflix and recording lots of things on the TiVo box. Oh, there's Luna. There's Luna. You haven't met Luna yet. You can say hello. Hey, Lulu. Hello. Oh, she doesn't know who I'm talking to. She must think there's someone else in the room. So yes, we've been watching lots. We've been watching the Great British Bake Off. Any fans of the Bake Off? Whoop whoop. Enjoying that. And also, I have been enjoying Outlander, which is so good. So good. So I've been recording all of those on the TiVo box, and you can't just watch one episode. You have to watch 2. I think Steve draws the line at watching 3 in a row, but really good. So I think the third season is due to start maybe at the end of September. So I need to hurry up, finish first season and get through the second season as well. So that's it. If anyone has any recommendations for books they enjoy, or any box sets that are worth downloading, just let me know in the comments below. And I think that's it for this week. I'm not too sure when my next podcast will be. I suppose it depends whenever I get something finished. Probably when I get the socks finished and have a bit more different pieces to show you. But that's it for this week. Thank you very much for sticking around, if you're still there. If not, well, fine then. Yeah, so I'll see you again soon. Bye.